What if I told you that 20% of your actions could lead to 80% of your results? Welcome to the 80/20ths principle. This intriguing concept, also known as the Pareto Principle, was first observed by Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto in the late 19th century. He noticed that 20% of Italy's population owned 80% of the land. Fascinating, right? But it's not just about land ownership. This principle is a golden rule that can be applied to virtually every aspect of our lives. Imagine revolutionizing your approach to business and life by focusing on the vital 20% that drives 80% of your results. It's about maximizing impact while minimizing effort. It's about finding the leverage points that will supercharge your productivity, profitability, and overall satisfaction. It's about making smarter choices, not harder efforts. This principle can change the way you approach your work, your life, and your happiness. Welcome to the age of the 80/20ths revolution. Let's dive deeper into this transformative principle. This isn't about rushing into action. It's about thoughtful reflection. In a world that seems to value speed over substance, the 80/20 principle urges us to pause, to think, to reflect. Why? Because it's in these quiet moments of contemplation that we can discern what truly matters. It's where we can challenge the status quo, question conventional wisdom, and carve out our unique path. Now, this isn't about navel-gazing or indecision. It's about clarity, about understanding the enormous power that a handful of transformative decisions can hold. You see, not all actions are created equal. Some will have a far greater impact than others, and it's these high-impact actions, these pivotal decisions, that we need to identify and focus on. It's about understanding that sometimes less is more, that sometimes it's not about doing everything, but about doing the right things. So take the time to reflect, to focus, to choose wisely. Remember, it's not just about doing more, it's about doing what matters most. Happiness doesn't compound like money, so why wait to pursue it? This is the heart of what we're calling the 80/20ths happiness principle. Picture this: 80% of your happiness can come from a mere 20% of your activities. Yes, that's right. It's not about doing more, but doing the right things more often. Now you might be asking, how does one identify this magical 20%? It's about introspection and self-awareness. It's about understanding what lights you up, what activities make your heart sing, and then pursuing them with all your might. It's about not waiting for happiness to come knocking on your door, but actively seeking it out in your everyday life. Remember, you are the architect of your own joy. You have the power to cultivate happiness through the choices you make and the actions you take. So don't wait for happiness to come to you. Go after it, starting with the activities that bring you the most joy. Now that you understand the 80/20ths principle, how do you apply it to your life and business? Well, it's all about focusing on the key elements that drive the most significant results. Let's start with investments. The principle urges you to identify and hold on to high-performing investments for long-term growth. Rather than spreading your resources thin, concentrate on the 20% that generates 80% of your returns. Next, let's talk relationships. Just as in business, not all relationships are created equal. Some people will have a more significant impact on your life or business than others. Identify these valuable connections and invest time and energy in nurturing them. In the workplace, the principle allows you to achieve remarkable results with minimal effort. By identifying and focusing on high-value activities, you can increase your productivity and reduce stress. Similarly, when it comes to team selection, the 80/20ths principle can be a game changer. Seek out the 20% of employees who contribute 80% of the value to your organization. Time management is another area where the 80/20 principle can be applied. By focusing on high-value activities and minimizing time-wasting ones, you can make the most of your day. When it comes to decision-making, prioritize the critical decisions that hold the most value. For instance, building strong relationships with core customers can result in long-term business success. In project management, the principle urges you to focus on mission-critical tasks and regularly reevaluate your plans. And in negotiations, remember that a small portion of points holds the most value. Save your important requests for the end, when they're more likely to be granted. The 80/20 principle can be a game changer in your life and business, but it requires discipline and self-confidence. It's not just about knowing the principle, it's about applying it consistently. Embrace this transformative approach and watch as the results unfold.